Hello, my friends. Welcome to your full moon in Taurus reading. And it's going to be amazing because this is actually an eclipse, so a lunar eclipse in addition to the full moon. And this is going to be happening on November 19th around 1:57 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So depending on where you're at in the world, you'll experience it, of course, at a different time if you're in a different time zone. And of course, the eclipse is when, the sun's over here, the earth is here, and the moon is over here. Normally the sun is, shining on that full moon, and so you see it as full, but then the earth gets in the way and our earth shadows over the full moon, which is where the eclipse happens. It's not going to be a full eclipse this time around, but you're going to see some shade go over the moon for a little bit during that cycle. And so, full moons are very powerful on their own, but a full moon eclipse is like a full moon on steroids. You're going to feel some energy around this where like a door slams shut. So, you might have situations that are happening in your life that reach a peak, or they've just done so. And now it's like things are out of your control. It's like your soul has signed up for some sort of growth lesson, some sort of situation to unfold to bring things to your attention. So, it's about, letting those people or situations or things either leave our lives or come into our lives. So you're going to be seeing these significant kind of endings and new beginnings. They'll be like tower type of events, what like the tower in tarot, which is, life is unfolding for you, something is being removed or being brought into your life on purpose for a purpose. So during this time, it's really good advice just to go with the flow of the change. Forgive whatever happens, knowing that, this releases you from any of those emotional extremes, because in addition to it being a full moon eclipse, it is in Taurus, and Taurus energy does bring it brings in a time of getting grounded, I guess is a good word to say it. We work through any negative feelings that we've been having or are feeling, and we find this balance in how we're expressing those emotions. So we're not being too dreamy and we're not being too serious. It's really about this grounding balance that we can take advantage of. So this, again, the full moon normally expands all our emotions and exaggerates them, with it being an eclipse, again, on steroids. So, it's kind of like the Pisces full moon we felt, which Pisces energy really brings in a lot of emotion. This is going to expand any emotions that we're feeling, but just know that there's this beautiful grounding energy available through the Taurus energy that can help balance things out to where we can see this beautiful ebb and flow of life instead of, an extreme, fearful type of event happen in our lives. So a lot of deep breathing will help. The bull is a mighty strong spirit animal as well. It sits it doesn't really sit, it stands its ground in its territory, and people respect the bull because of how grounded and strong it is. So just tap into that energy, and it'll be a not so strenuous and extreme full moon for you. We're also going to pull a special reading for your specific sign. So we're going to jump into that right now and just see what else the Creator wants you to know about this full moon Taurus eclipse energy that's going to be coming in for you during this period. All right, my Sagittarians, this is your Taurus full moon eclipse reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. Just like I mentioned in the intro, we've got this beautiful Taurus grounding energy available, and then this deck just called out to me because it matches that beautiful grounding energy so well. So Creator, for our Sagittarians, what do you want them to know about this full moon period? And we're going to be looking at like the week before the full moon and 2 weeks after the full moon. So that 3-week period is what this is for. Yep, you've got the High Priest, and that's intend and create. So beautiful manifestation energy coming in here. And I love that you've got the falcon here and the wings here too. So being able to see things from a higher perspective. And the High Priest kind of reminds me of the Magician in a way, you know, because that would be the companion to the High Priestess. So it's really about bringing, you know, he even has like his wand here, bringing in this beautiful energy from above down into the earth here. So it says, recognize that you have the power to change your life. It sounds like an advertisement, right? Face your fear and align with the light. In many traditions, the High Priest is the physical embodiment of the divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine the future, but to help create it too. He may be a leader in his spiritual tradition or in pagan traditions be second to the High Priestess, but he is always spiritually connected and disciplined with great respect for his creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent a spiritual figure, a leader or a teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. You are a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and connected than you may think. Everything you're giving attention and energy to at this time is creating your way forward. There have been some setbacks, but accept these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. Know that you're being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies towards what you want to grow, heal, and expand. And then watch it happen right before your eyes. And that's beautiful, because definitely this, you know, power of intention, this power of choice, you have this amazing ability that whatever you focus on is what grows. And that can be good or bad, you know, depending on how you judge things, right? But whatever you focus on, so if you focus on anything of fear in your life, that fear grows. If you focus on what you're grateful for, what you love in your life, what you want to aspire in your life, that then grows instead. So it's like you have this giant fire hose on your head, like a helmet, and you know, and wherever you focus, that fire hose is firing this energy that grows things. So if you're looking at something in your life going, oh my God, why is that getting worse or growing in my life? It's like, well, because you're looking at it. So look at something else and focus on that, and that's going to grow instead. So I love that message for you. And then we're going to pull a card here for the week before the full moon eclipse. This is the Ancestral Path Tarot. We're just going to see what the Creator wants you to know about that week before the full moon. All right, Creator, what do you want our Sagittarians to know about the week before the full moon? Okay, like it's this one right there. King of Cups. So, of course, cups are our emotions, and the king is the master of the cup suit. So he's definitely a master of his emotions. He also, because he's lived through the Two of Cups all the way up to, you know, being the king over the kingdom, he's been through it all. He's been in every position within the cup suit. So he has amazing awareness that comes in about it's important not to make decisions based completely on emotion. You know, so balancing it, mind and heart, is a beautiful thing that he's experienced, especially because he's like, this is the divine masculine, this is the divine masculine. Now he does have fire energy along with him, so he has this, he can be challenged to keep his temper, he can be challenged to balance his emotions, and because of his experiences, he understands that, okay, I bring in logic, but I also still feel, and it's that beautiful balance between the two that allows you to make choices that are more in alignment with who you really are, and not, being a reactive, like emotional, reactive individual based on your conditioning and your hurts and your pains of your past. You don't make decisions based on temper. You make emotionally loving decisions with logic and understanding and wisdom as well. So that's a beautiful energy to have coming into this, because we were talking about in the introduction about this is going to be a very explosive full moon on steroids, and having this balance, having that grounding in that balance is an important thing to have. And so this is showing that you are doing very well with that, which is great. I mean, you have your fire energy anyway, so it's good to cool down that fire energy with some of the cups energy. And then we're going to pull a card here from the Tarot of Dreams to see about the week after the full moon. Let's see what the creator wants you to know about that. The King of Cups too. I want to make sure we mention this, because the High Priest, of course, it's like that magician. He connects to his higher self, to the unconditionally loving being that he is, and brings that love through. The King of Cups can also be called the Christ love card, which is basically, usually has a Holy Grail. Has the Holy Grail in his hands here, right? That's the chalice, and what's in that is the essence of the Creator, the living waters, the unconditional love of the Creator. So it's about connecting and filling yourself up with that love. And what's beautiful about that is when you fill yourself up with unconditional love around a full moon, much less an eclipse around a full moon, whatever you're feeling, whatever emotions you're focused on is what it expands. And if you're focusing on unconditional love, then you're going to be like overflowing with unconditional love out into the world, which is probably going to fare better I guess not better, but it's going to flow differently for you and others compared to if it's fear that's overflowing out of you, right? All right, so let me just shuffle one more time here. All right, Creator, for our Sagittarians, what do you want them to know? Okay, about the week after the full moon. Okay, there you go. So you've got the Page of Swords. So swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mentalities, the mind, mindsets, your expectations. And the Page is, has two things that come with it. First of all, pages are messengers, right? So you're going to be getting messages that come into your mind that you're going to recognize. And so new thoughts, new awarenesses that are coming in for you, right? He usually wields the Ace of Swords, which he kind of has two of them here. But those are what you're able to look at, those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer serve you. And I love that, it's this balance of emotion and mind that come into play here. The pages also represent like the younger youth and the children. And you have this feeling of your thoughts and beliefs, before you get all that conditioning through praise and punishment from the outside world. Children have just this beautiful mind, this open mind, anything's possible, all these ideas, all this imagination, and that's what this energy can bring in as well, which makes sense. If you're connecting to this unconditional love, then you're seeing things from this higher perspective, with all these wings. You're seeing things from your soul perspective, from spirit's perspective, which brings truth with brings clarity into your life as well. Yeah. And then you have the 8 of coins, which is normally the 8 of pentacles. So this is normally like, if you think of an apprentice who's been working on his skill, and this is like you are reaching that master level where you've been doing the work, you've been putting it all in, and now you're ready to take that next step, and you're just on that brink of like graduating. It would be like you're graduating with your master's degree. You know, it's that kind of feel about the card, is that, and it doesn't have to do with school. You know, it's about, it could be your spiritual journey, it can be an emotional, it could be something at the job, an internal, you know, growth that you've been doing. You've been doing all the work, whatever area of your life it's in. You've been doing the work and you're ready. It's like you can kind of see almost like this wheel of fortune up here. It's about to change, and it's about to bring that in for you. And I love this Page of Swords, though, is something to keep in mind during this week, is that you don't know everything. And keep that thirst for knowledge and that thirst for growth. Like, even if you are mastering something, don't think that you know it all, though. Don't be a know-it-all. Know that there's more you can learn and more you can glean and grow. And keep that curiosity, keep that drive to grow and to understand more and more and more. All right, and then lastly, we're going to pull a card here. These are the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, and we're going to look at the second week after the full moon eclipse in Taurus. This will be the week before the new moon, the next new moon after it too, so you're going to start to feel some of that energy seeping in this week as well. Creator, what else do you want our Sagittarians to know about the second week after the full moon eclipse? Okay, what else? Okay. So 8 of Swords. And this is beautiful because you realize, you know, again with these swords here, that the only thing that's been tying you down and limiting you, and I love how, you know, all this stuff is extending from us and it's holding us down. All these swords are the expectations, the thoughts and beliefs about your worth, about the shoulds, the supposed to, the need to, the have to, and all those things that are what are keeping you bound and keeping you held back. So you can see that, so it's keeping the hood over their eyes and keeping them bound with these white things, but also all those, the cape, or if is that hair? Yeah, that's hair, like a Medusa in one of those TV series where it's going out and grasping, and it's keeping you suspended where you feel you can't move, but also keeping you entangled where you feel you can't move. And it's beautiful because with this energy and awareness that you're having this week after the full moon, you're bringing that into this other weekend, because this is the realization. This is like looking into a mirror and knowing what it is that's holding you back, and you're questioning those thoughts and those beliefs because you have this Ace of Swords with this Page of Swords energy, being able to have new thoughts, new beliefs, and that's causing you to really question a lot of important theories you have about your life, the things you thought you knew in your life. When you start to question them, you're like, well, I don't know if that's necessarily true. You know, whatever it was, it served you for what it did, but now it's time to let some things go, you know, like we talked about in the intro as well. Yeah, because you had the King of Cups. Here's the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, of course, is definitely emotional energy. She's the divine feminine, which brings even more emotion and water. So this is like double water, because the queens normally have the water element in addition to whatever suit they're in. So she's got double water, which is kind of high priestess energy because she is able to, you know, connect to that deep emotional waters, which is a lot like moon energy, where she can connect to the higher realms connect to her gut, her intuition, to her subconscious, her unconscious. And again, she also has the Ace of Cups here. So it's that unconditional love that she's connecting to and flowing out. And so this is a beautiful balance. Again, like this one was, the message of balancing the mind and heart. This is definitely the mind and all those things that are binding you, and your gut and your heart, which capital T truths that you can connect to from that higher realm. And these are all the small t truths of the ego that are keeping you tied to the ground and tied to this limitation, this feeling of smallness. But you definitely get to going through this journey. It's this beautiful balance and this clarification and this clarity that's coming, that's allowing you to, like I said here, intend and focus on what you want to grow, and creating because of that. So you're able to make that movement and make those changes, unravel and untangle from these thoughts and these beliefs, allows you to free your hands and to remove your blind from your eyes so you can see even more clearly and move and make more progress, like we were talking about with this Eight of Coins, this Eight of Pentacles. So I am loving this for you. Beautiful balancing energy, beautiful balance between heart and mind, connecting to the higher realms, letting that unconditional love just flow in, bring clarity and flow out to you. Definitely going to be a joy to be around. You already are, Sagittarians. You have beautiful, fun energy that just attracts people anyway. But during this time, they're just going to be like, oh my God, you're just like a giant Care Bear. They just want to hug you, whether you're male, female, or how you identify. I mean, you've got both the masculine and the, divine feminine here. So let it flow. Let that love flow. Because you're going to literally be glowing. And just know as you're going throughout this, that every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things as well. I'm going to leave the reading at that. I just want to let you all know, too, that in addition to these readings, I do also each month have separate readings for each zodiac sign. And each week I put out for each of the elements, like fire signs, water signs, etc., and a variety of other readings throughout the month. So if you want to be kept aware of all those readings as they come out, if you haven't done so already, if you click on the subscribe button down below, then that's going to make this little bell icon pop up. If you click on that, then you'll be notified when those readings come out throughout the month. It's easy breezy. All right, well, just know that I also love you dearly, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.